Next thing we're going to do is our broccoli casserole.
That is family always made.
Yep, we didn't even really know what it was ever called growing up. We just loved it. Same thing, you scoop it out with a spoon, it leaves a divot. It's nice, it's rich, good, thick, and then later we'll get our pork chops cooking.
We'll be back.
So the recipe we have for this calls for frozen broccoli. We got broccolini that we need to use. It's about to go bad. Chop it all up nice and fine. I'm gonna put it in the pot of boiling water. Just like you would if you got frozen broccoli. You put it in there, cook it up.
Just gonna blanch it, really.
Blanch it, yep. So I'm just gonna chop this up just like you would get in the grocery store. Yeah, my mama and aunts, they didn't know what broccolini was. It was broccoli.
But what is broccolini, Tommy?
It is not. It's a hybrid of broccoli. It grows completely different. It's got a higher heat tolerance. You can actually throw this in a frying pan and sear it off with some butter and garlic, and it won't wilt all the way on you.
Yeah,
it stays nice and crunchy, and it soaks up flavor a whole lot better.
We eat a lot of broccolini.
So if you buy it frozen, just buy the chop. Frozen broccoli, not broccolini.
Yeah, I don't think they sell frozen.
Yeah, you're looking for pieces like that.
You can see it was starting to flour a little bit, but the flowers are fine. They ain't gonna hurt you. I think it's technically called bolting.
Molting?
Bolting.
Bolting.
It's what our Brussels sprouts are doing outside.
In less than a month is our 25th anniversary. And we planned on going so many places. We were going to go to New York. We were going to go to New Orleans. We were maybe going to go back out to Vegas. We decided to go to the Bahamas.
Why? Why, Tommy?
Well, it's warm and sunny.
Y'all, I've been obsessed with Bahamas all my life.
Lori has, she writes books. And one of her first books that she wrote and had published was Bimini. So, and we can't afford to stay on Bimini. It's ridiculous. It's all resorts. But so we wanted to go to the Bahamas. We was going to take a boat over from Nassau to Bimini and spend a day in Bimini. Well, with the way the coronavirus did everybody, we're not going to be able to do that. We were going to renew our vows over there in Bimini, but we will not be doing it in Bimini. We'll be doing it somewhere else.
Probably here in the backyard.
Yeah, well, maybe.
If this shit don't stop.
But, that was, we were going to put the question up when we first started where y'all thought we should go. I know where some of you should say, or would say we would go, but that all went away, and, like 2 days before we were clicking yes
to book our trip,
that's when everything started happening with the cruise ship off the coast of California. And I'm like, this could get bad. Let's not do it. She's like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And then bam, the next week, all cruises were canceled.
And then we decided, well, we'll just drive up the North Carolina coast like we've done in the past. And then it got really bad. So everything started shutting down. The beaches started closing. Then we got put in a shelter in place order. So, Yeah,
about 3 years ago, we couldn't decide where we wanted to go. So we decided to go up the coast from South Carolina up the coast all the way up to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So we did that, and it was a great trip.
It was.
So we decided after the cruise thing, let's just do that again. Well, we got friends in Myrtle Beach and around that area, and there's like, everything's closed. You can't do nothing. So we don't know yet if we're going to try to do something or just stay here. So I'm going to let my water come to a boil, and I'm just going to throw all this in there and blanch it out, and then we'll move on to our next step. All right, so we got our broccoli ready. And we got this nice.
My mama got me that.
Nice pot here.
It's my favorite pot.
So I just want to bring it over here. Yeah, it's a nice little stock pot for
It's perfect, really, for especially 2 people. Getting a facial, a broccoli facial.
Strain this off. So you just put your broccoli in your pan.
You need a hand?
No. I mean, I'm Gordon Ramsay.
Well, I'm not your friend.
You're Paula
Whatever. I ain't no Paula Dean.
All right, so.
Asshole.
We got our broccoli. Got our broccoli in here. A can of cream of mushroom.
His cousin, she said this was what she remembered offhand, and she hoped she wasn't forgetting anything. But I don't think she was, because it sounded right as far as like what she was telling us to use.
Like we know any better.
Right.
Like I said, I don't even remember what.
We were teenagers.
I didn't even know what this stuff was called. So it's a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. 1/4 cup. Put that in there. 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. 2 eggs.
Gordon could do that one-handed. Just saying.
Whatever. All right, I dropped 2.
Loser.
2 little pieces.
Loser.
Oh, 3.
3.
Perfect. So beat your eggs. Gordon probably used some little bitty eggs. He's got the little girly hands. These are extra large eggs.
Would you be hating on my man? What are you staring at over there so intently?
I'm mixing my eggs here.
You weren't looking at your eggs.
No, but what else am I going to look at?
Oh, I gotta get my drink. I think they're beat, Tommy. It's about like you. They're gonna be by the time this quarantine thing's over. Ooh, that was close. Yeah.
Put your half of a chopped onion. We don't need to be dancing.
And in the words of one of our favorite YouTube chefs, Sam the Cooking Guy, and we mix.
And we mix.
Did she say whether that was supposed to have salt and pepper in it?
I don't think so. So, and we mix. I wouldn't say Sam the Cooking Guy is my favorite because
I said one of our favorites.
He hadn't subscribed to our channel yet.
Well, neither has Greg from Ballistic Barbecue, but he's...
Everybody's getting called out. Mm-hmm.
Bill and Lisa.
I even give them a shout out at the Louisiana Bistro. All right, we got that mixed up. See how pretty that is?
That is.
We're going to use extra sharp white cheddar.
Because, quarantine, y'all. There's certain things we got to work with what we had. So, we'll come back. All right, so he grated that cheese in there, and then he stirred it up. I got lost in the moment.
So mix it all in there. Your next step to put it, excuse me, in the oven on, I think it was 350 for 45 minutes. So when that right there gets nice and bubbly, we'll pull it out. We'll put our breadcrumbs on top with some more cheese, and then we'll see y'all then. Oh, that smells like home. All right, so we took it out. It's hot. I went ahead and grated some more cheese. So your cheese.
And it's really however much cheese you want on there.
I like cheese.
Yeah, but I'm just saying what she told us. She's like, put however much you want on there.
So we got our cheese. And we're going to use panko breadcrumbs. It calls for Ritz crackers. Quarantine style, this is what we got. So we're going to put panko on top.
Yeah, we're trying not to go out unless we got to.
And that's probably where the Ritz crackers come from anyway. Somebody had Ritz crackers and didn't have panko. So you give it a nice little covering at the top. And 4 tablespoons of butter. Sorry. And just drizzle that on top. And then we'll put it back in the oven to brown up the breadcrumbs. And we'll see how that turns out. So the first thing we're gonna do is take a little bit of all-purpose flour. That's probably good. We're gonna 10 of these pork chop pepper. About that much.
Just eyeballing it?
Yeah, about 30 shakes. Tony Chachere's Creole season, a little spice. You won't be sorry. Don't breathe this in. You will start sneezing.
Forever. And it ain't Corona.
And everybody gonna be like, Corona, Corona.
It's Tony's.
Carol Baskin's bitch. Just saying.
She's obsessed with me.
I can't say the F word.
Well, I mean, I guess you can. Because technically...
I'm not FCC.
FCC
All right, so
won't let me be.
Mix this around. We'll make sure you got...
You want to make sure you got enough seasoning or that it's going to be bland. Y'all, we do utilize both of our ovens, especially when we're cooking, using both and on 2 different temperatures. So, broccoli casserole is in our little toaster oven, and the cornbread dressing. Shut up. Cornbread dressing is in the other oven. When we first moved into this house, the big oven didn't work, and we couldn't afford to replace it. So I learned how to bake bread, and I even cooked a turkey.
Don't we have time restraints on this video?
We do.
Are you writing a
Look,
fucking
you sat
book?
there and talked about a whole vacation. You just zip it, lock it, and stick it in your pocket.
She cooked a whole Thanksgiving dinner in a toaster.
In a toaster oven one year.
True
story.
I knew that was coming.
But even though I found the exact same oven that we had, I found it on Craigslist for free.
But we didn't go get to that. We went to go get a dishwasher.
That was a broken.
And ended up with that thing.
But it was the exact same. It was the exact same deal. So I still use my toaster oven though.
So back to the cast iron. All it is wipe it out. Look how beautiful that thing is.
Yep.
All it is wipe it out. Vegetable, corn oil, whatever you want to use. All right, slow down, Lois. She ain't writing a book. All right. Dijon mustard. I know everybody's going like, what in the hell is he doing? Trust me.
It is delicious. It seasons your... Rub that pork chop, baby. Rub it. Love it. Love it. Work that angle. Work the camera. Anyway, it gives a little extra seasoning, and it also helps to seal in the moisture so that pork chops don't, they have a tendency to dry out sometimes when you fry them. If you get this stuff in a cut, it burns.
It burns. Luckily, I don't have any cuts.
Thank God, since you rub your fingers all over. So how's life in quarantine been treating you, Tommy?
I've done so much work this week. I feel like I'm part of the chain gang sometimes. Because I get told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Who does that? What an asshole.
I have done
I wouldn't put up with that shit if I were you.
My honey-do list didn't even get touched in a week. It was just here and there.
That's not true now. You did a lot. The backyard is a paradise.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carol Baskin's bitch.
That's who's been making you do all that stuff.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Free Joe, exotic.
But free Joe, seriously.
Don't put that. I just rub my meat. I'm going to put it in some flour. And I'm going to put it in this pan and fry it up nice and crispy. I've kept my work area clean.
You have, for once. I feel like I'm possessed by Carol Baskin right now.
Fucking Carol Baskin.
There you go.
So if you're wondering if your oil is getting right, get all up in my space.
Well, I'm trying.
So if you take your wooden spoon, See how it's putting out the little bubbles at the bottom?
Your oil is ready.
So you take your pork chop.
After you've thoroughly rubbed it.
Put it in your flour. Push it down.
Keeping one hand free and clean.
Get it all around.
Close shot here.
The edge. Get the edges. Put it in. You lay away.
Ooh, look at that.
Do not touch it. Let it go for a good 2 minutes on that first side. That way your batter does not pull off of it. If you go to messing with it too soon, your batter will pull off. So let it go till you start seeing right around the edge, it starts turning brown before you flip it. You see how it's starting to turn brown around the edge?
Yep.
Time to flip.
And flip.
Take a fork and flip.
How pretty. Good job.
Let that go for 2 to 3 minutes on that side. We'll put them on our rack here to let all the excess oil and stuff drip off into the pan. And we'll do the same thing to the other and put it in our oven on warm. Just keep it warm while we get everything else ready. So we got our plates ready. Look how good that looks. Got our dressing, our broccoli casserole, and our beautiful pork chop. And we want to thank y'all so much for coming along with us while we're not traveling.
Sticking with us through all this.
Yep, do a little cooking, do a little yard work, do whatever we can do, right?
Yep.
And hopefully you enjoy this. And the only thing that I think this might be missing, some homemade buttermilk biscuits, and maybe I'll do that next time. And so definitely try this. It's worth the time.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Quarantine Chronicles, Cooking Southern with Tommy. I hope you'll come back again next time. No telling what we'll be up to until we get back to traveling. Until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified of future videos. Bye-bye.